Looks like I have to apologise for my lateness this morning, doesn't it? Hey, cheers everyone. Hope you're all doing well, and yeah, excited for this game week. We've got it's the last. Well, it's not the last one, but there's no games next weekend because it's FA Cup football. So this kind of feels like the deadline before an international break, but it's not an international break because the next deadline is on Tuesday. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I've got my FPL mug. Freddie and Alex, good to see you. Along with Sai. Is that Sai? Cheers, mate. I nearly spilled coffee down myself then. Getting a bit carried away with chucking my mug around. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Yeah. Any big decisions? I am never late. I'm usually early. You're right. Is what it is. I'm a minute late. A minute late to the stream. What can I say? I was a little bit slow this morning. It's just me. I'll admit. I was a little bit slow. It was my fault because I went on my phone when I first woke up, to be fair. I'm usually quite good for not using my phone when I wake up, but I used it this morning and I was a little bit slow getting out of bed. I do apologise. Oh, I know. It's just a joke. I was staying accountable to myself, though. Billy Muggleton, good to see you, mate. What have we got in store today? Well, I've got all the stats and data previewing the game week. I've got my score predictions. We've got a quiz. I've made 2 transfers already, but I've already spoken about that in my team selection video. I've made 2 transfers, early transfers. I don't tend to do early transfers, but I did this week. So yeah, should we talk about my transfers? I can talk about my transfers. Jason, your question on whether you need wood. I'll try not to make a joke out of that. But seriously, it all depends on who you're trying to get rid of, mate. I wouldn't say he's essential, but I was in a unique position where I owned I owned Timber, who got his suspension. And I was in a unique position where, hang on, let's get bigger. Make that bigger. How's that? There we go. I was in a unique position where I could sell Timber, free up some cash, and buy Chris Wood for João Pedro. So essentially, I sold Timber for Lewis Hall and then upgraded João Pedro to Chris Wood. And this is how we're looking. I'm quite pleased with this team now. I am a little bit worried about my defence in the sense that it is a little bit light, but I do have double Forest defence, which I think, excuse me, is quite a powerful place to be. So yeah. Start Flecken or I would start Raya, I think, mate. Duncan, I will try and stream for 2.5 hours. That's my plan. So until like 9:30, 10 a.m. UK time is my plan. Any weather updates? I don't think we should be worried. The stuff that would worry me, the stuff that would potentially worry me is the fixtures tomorrow. And I think the one that would be a concern is the Liverpool Man United one. That's my gut feel as to the one to be concerned about. But I don't think the weather would be too bad. It's just a bit cold. I think we'll be fine. Just make sure you got your vice captain on a player you'd be happy for the armband to fall on, basically. I guess is all I can say there. Just make that a bit tidier for my OCD. There you go. If I buy him, I need to drop Dibbling, but I like that fixture. Yeah, I mean, I'm having to start Dibbling this week. I'm not too worried about it, actually. I'm going to keep Rodgers just to sit on my bench. It's really annoying I don't get Rodgers against Leicester, but it is what it is. Thank you, Alex. Laura, good to see you. I'm sorry about the United game. What can you do, eh? What can you do? I hope you had a good... I saw you out in Manchester just in general. I hope you had a nice time up there anyway. Or whether you actually come from Manchester, I don't know. Start Hall or João Pedro. I'd start João Pedro, mate. Even though I've just sold João Pedro for Chris Wood and bought Lewis Hall, I would still favour an attacker. I would always start an attacker, I think, over a defender. Should I sell Cunha for Watkins or sell Konate for Trent? I do Konate to Trent. Cunha's back next week. Well, back in the next game week. Should I sell Ahmad to Gordon? Ahmad is in my starting 11 as it stands. I would say that decision depends on who you would want long term. That's what I'd make that decision based on. Manchester born and bred. Huge. Kulusevski. Interesting. Well, at the moment, Alex, I've got it on Palmer, but I'm thinking I may go Haaland. Just because he's there and he's at home. I might do that. By the way, if you're that way inclined, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the stream. Seems to help the stream and the algorithm. So if you could leave me a like, I'd appreciate that. Alf, good to see you, my friend. I'm using your mug once again. It's been a little while since I've been able to fully, join one of your streams. Apologies, I've just been so busy, I've not had a chance. But I hope everything's going well with you, mate. You should captain Isak. Yeah, no. FPL is indeed, excuse me, not a substitute for a warm life. I use my 2 free transfers to sell Odegaard and Ahmad to buy Mbumo and Sarr. Okay, I feel like I should have gone Gordon. Should I sell Mbumo to Gordon next week? Nah, just keep it, mate. You're what was I going to say? Yeah, just keep them. Stick with players that are good, mate. No, Moko, I've had to play him before. What week did I play him? I think I might have had to play him against either Tottenham or Villa in the past. You could do worse, right? You could do worse. And I think starting Dibbling ahead of Brentford is better than Colwill or Greaves. It's close for me between Hall and Colwill. That's the one close decision I've got this week. Just opened my eyes to your live stream. Huge, mate. Wow. Good morning. Nobody owns him. He's 90-minute man. Gets some returns. Hope you're chasing the white line in the pool. Well, I've had a couple weeks off for Christmas, but I've chucked in a few swims here and there. Yeah, we're ready to go next week. Unfortunately, I'm doing a bit of work travel next week. So I'm here, there and everywhere all around the southwest of England. So I'm not going to be able to go back to training until Friday next week, which is a little bit frustrating. But hey-ho. Yeah, Newcastle should batter Tottenham, I agree. Happy New Year, Chris. Isak, is that a prediction, you know? I've got double Arsenal and no Spurs. Still João Pedro over Hall. I think so. You asked me the question, I'm giving you my answer. You don't have to agree with it. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, don't do it, mate. Yes, I've got a keeper I can play every week, but does have Liverpool next week, which is a little bit annoying, but stranger things have happened, right? They did indeed beat Liverpool at Anfield and kept a clean sheet. There is a black line, sometimes a dark blue line in a swimming pool, but I got the point, so I didn't press it. Start one of Ahmad, Colwill and Mikalenko. Sorry, guys, I've got a bit of a cold, so we're just dipping off screen to sort that out every now and then. So you said Ahmad, Colwill, Mikalenko. That's really close. Does anyone have a gut feeling on that in the chat? Ahmad, Colwill, or Mikalenko who you would play this week. I don't have a strong feeling either way. It'd be interesting to see what the chat thought about that. Current starting are Raya, Gabriel, Trent, Robinson, Palmer, Salah, and Bumo Sarr. Lovely team. We'll do some team reviews at some point for the public. I'll do some members' team reviews once we get some more members in. I think we've got Alex and Freddie in at the moment. And Laura, of course. I don't think I've forgotten anyone there. A couple of people saying Colwill, mate. Despite only one player on my bench, sorry, we'll look at your team in a sec. Start 2 out of Munoz, Enzo, and João Pedro. I think I would probably start Munoz and Enzo. I know I made the point about... I'd say Enzo and João Pedro. That pains me to say it, but I do. I think all Munoz is getting is attacking returns, and I think you've surely got to favour João Pedro over Munoz to get attacking returns. But then chances that each player have had. Is Munoz actually better than João Pedro from an attacking point of view right now? Again, I'll ask the chat what they think of that, actually. I have 0.2 in the bank. If I stick with my team above, next week, should I sell Colwill to Munoz / Milenkovic? I wouldn't do anything. I'd consider maybe, but Milenkovic has got Liverpool next week. I would maybe consider getting Munoz in, but Colwill he's good, mate. And the thing is with Colwill in Chelsea, the fixtures they've got are decent. Apart from that, well, actually, no, they kind of turn a little bit, don't they? Yeah, I was kind of talking myself into selling Colwill here, aren't I? Yeah, Munoz. I like Munoz. Go for it. Good morning, Jess. I hope you're well. Have you made your decision on your team? 60 points last game week. Huge red arrow. Hey, man. Some good weeks, some good, some bad. That's just the way FPL goes, I'm afraid. Colwill, Robinson, and Kirkes start 2. Robinson and Kirkes, mate. Definitely. I think there's a Bournemouth clean sheet coming against Everton. Start 1 of Hall, Van der Berg, and Munoz. I'm on Hall currently. I would say this game, Munoz. I would. I went to Hall because I think long term he's better because I back Newcastle defensively. But I think, well, I've got the clean sheet odds here, haven't I? I would, there. The Tottenham clean sheet odds are better. Interesting. Oh, sorry, the Newcastle clean sheet odds are better than Crystal Palace. Interesting. Thoughts on Alanga as a cheap mid? What's his minutes like? I'd look at his minutes. What's the chat's thoughts on Alanga? Would you go for Alanga? His form's pretty good, to be fair. His form is pretty strong. I'm just not convinced on his minutes. And he's got Liverpool in 21. Sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. There you go. Yeah. Not convinced on his form. Sorry, not convinced on that fixture. But then, after that, it's not too bad, is it? I would say if you can deal with game week 21, he's probably all right. But I'd worry about the minutes. You got the chat helping you out as well. This game gets harder and harder. 110 points, but now Timber out and Rogers out. Yeah, I'm kind of not accepting a red arrow this week, but I realise that it's not going to be as good a game week for me this week as it was last week. Wow, the chat's going so fast, I can't keep up with it. Good morning, Gunners Go. I hope you in the pooch are well. Bruno, João Pedro, and Mikalenko. I'd say Bruno and Mikalenko. Would you sell Timber if he was your only? That's what I did, mate. That's what I did. João Pedro against Arsenal defence, but Munoz against Chelsea defence. Yeah. I'd honestly say I'd probably go Munoz, to be honest. What do you think about Trent? Yeah, great. I wouldn't get too carried away with his goal against West Ham because it was a massive deflection, but I don't mind him. By the way, leave a like rating on the stream if you're that way inclined. I'd appreciate that. I'd go for Ismaila Sarr, Jess, if you can afford him. I'd go for Sarr. The Fantasy Football Hub predicted points. Not that I base absolutely everything on Ismaila Sarr. Oh, sorry, on Fantasy Football Hub expected points. But he is right up there. Like, these are all of the top players in the game. These are obviously all the premium guys. Salah, Palmer, Isak, Haaland, Son. And then the next best is Sarr, who is actually somehow ahead of Chris Wood. And then I reckon FPL Review would say something similar. I'm just going to have to... I'll put on my score predictions and then we'll see what FPL Review's saying. I'll talk through these in a sec. Yeah, Gibbs White as well from Cortex. I don't know if FPL Review is so bullish on Ismaila Sarr, though, to be honest. Not as bullish. So if we do a midfielder, what are you classing as a cheap mid? Should we just say 6 million is the limit? So those, according to FPL Review, that's your top midfielders. If we toggle that, there you go, you got the next three. I'd say it's probably between Sarr and Semenyo for me. I'm not massive on Iwobi, but it could be decent, I guess. And what's FPL Review saying? So we do the same. Midfielders, 5 game weeks? I think this is just an interesting conversation in general, to be honest. It's not just helping you, Jess. I think most people would be interested in this. So yeah, there's the top midfielders for Fantasy Football Hub. Yeah, Semenyo in second. So I think everything's gearing up towards Semenyo or Sarr for me. And honestly, I think I've said this in quite a lot of my videos, but I don't know about you guys, but I am so bored with the other. If it's not Salah or Palmer, and maybe Gordon, maybe Mbumo, it's just not all that many players that you'd want to pick. Same with the forwards as well. I think I've got the best front three and possibly one of the best midfields in the game right now. I can't believe I'm saying that with Haaland, to be honest. Elika FC. One thing I will say, mate, is using club allegiances to inform your FPL decisions. It might be what you want to do, but it's not going to help your FPL team. Trust me. Oh, sorry, I said Isak. No, I should say Isak when I talk about best players. Also, I've really done something really annoying yesterday. I've got this metal water bottle, and I dropped it, and I've dented it, and it doesn't stand up on its own anymore because I've dented it. What a first world problem, eh? So I'm having to lean my water bottle on something whenever I put it down. What a first world problem. I can't be big around Jacob Murphy, mate. Sorry. I'd pick him. Sorry, I say that. I picked him in my wildcard team because he's got Tottenham this week and he rotates quite nicely with Rodgers. So I suppose I don't mind him. Dent it on the other side. Yeah, I'm going to go out hammering my water bottle. Cortex, man. Chocolate's bad for you. I thought you were big into gym and fitness. I've got a bit of a problem at the moment where it's obviously just been Christmas time, and I'm quite hard to buy. I need to do my score predictions again. I'll do that after this little segue. I'm really hard to buy gifts for because it's not a whole lot I want. And the stuff that I do want, I want to choose for myself, if that makes sense. So basically, I asked for money, but my mum especially still likes to give me stuff to unwrap. And basically, I love her to bits, and I really appreciate the effort and the gesture. But I've got a lot of junk food just sitting in my cupboard at the moment, and I haven't really tapped into it that much. But I've got loads of chocolate and biscuits, and every time I open the cupboard, it's in there, just looking at me. And I've not indulged too much, but yeah. Speaking of junk food, what's the best pizza flavour for breakfast? God, I wouldn't have pizza for breakfast, mate. I need some egg on it, I guess. Bacon and egg pizza. There you go. Bit of cheese. The chocolate came from France, fair enough. Yep, Isaac's got the early kickoff. That is true. Never bat the early kickoff. Hypnotoad, I don't think we will know anything about game cancellations until after the deadline. But I wouldn't let that get me too worried about games being cancelled, to be honest. Larry got 108 points last game week, and he's preparing himself for a massive red arrow. Yeah, I think I'm in that position too. After a really strong game week last week, I am a little bit worried about how many points this team is going to score this week. Long-term Arab, I'd go for Hall. That's the decision that I made this week. But I'd pick, if I was to start one this week, I'd go Kirkez, because I think that Everton game is a good chance for clean sheet. Rodgers to Gordon already have Hall and Isak. If you can afford it, I'd probably do it, to be fair. I'd probably do it. I don't think being tripled up on Newcastle is a bad thing right now. But Anthony Gordon is great. I think he probably is better than Rodgers, but then you're without Rodgers if you do that. I really like Rodgers. I think he's the best midfielder at that price point. I really do. I would choose Robinson, Wissa and Iwobi if it was me, Death, Sonata. One free transfer. Cunha, Rodgers, Gomez, Timber. I want to sell Gomez, but for who? No, don't worry about games being called off. Nothing's been called off yet. I'd probably go Trent, yeah. Which players am I scared of? That's a good question, actually. There's not a whole lot, to be honest. Anthony Gordon scares me. And Arsenal and Liverpool defence. They always scare me because I don't have Arsenal and Liverpool defenders. To answer your question on swapping Bruno to Gordon, I'd only do it if you can upgrade elsewhere. Ahmad to Gordon. You don't know if it's a W or an L yet, mate. I have to see how it goes. Are you actually going to start dibbling? Yeah, I think why not? Why not? He started his last game. Scored a goal. Surely, if you start a game, score a goal, put up 0.66 XG, you had a good performance. I know they lost, but they're bloody Southampton. They're terrible. Only won one game this season. Do you know what I mean? I think he'll play. I think he's one of their best players, to be honest. Munoz or Pedro? We were talking about that earlier. I genuinely think, right now, with the way that he's playing and the positions he's taken up, Munoz is more attacking than João Pedro. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'd probably go Munoz. Mr. Muammar, we had a discussion earlier on, actually, about Elanga. You're not the only one thinking about that. We also looked at Ismail Assar and Semenyo as alternatives, but those are the three I would go for. Rat Dog, I hope you're well. Yeah, Hall or I'd probably go João Pedro over Hall. I think Newcastle, even though I've just bought Lewis Hall this week and I'm starting him, I would be a little bit worried about Newcastle's clean sheet odds. I'd have them both, Michael Thomas, if I could. I obviously have Lewis Hall and Aina. I'm tripled up on Forest, so I can't go for Milenkovic. It depends. It depends how many Forest defenders you have already, I suppose. I just want a piece of the Forest defence. I got double. I think they're amazing. Bench one: Milenkovic, Munoz, Hall, and Anderson. I'd probably bench Anderson or Hall. Anderson or Hall. It's between those two. I have two goalkeepers, Sanchez and Flecken. Who to start? Oh, God. My gut feel is Flecken. I can't believe I just said that. Timber to Munoz next week, I think. But then I give myself a benching headache. Why would you do Timber to Munoz next week when Timber is banned this week? So you're gonna sell Timber when he's returned. I don't get it. Langer is the 27th academy player sold by United in 10 years who you'd love to have back. Yeah. How many good academy players have been sold by Manchester clubs? Eh? It's crazy. Would you buy Murphy as a differential? Yeah, maybe. I'm not overly enthusiastic about him, but he is good value. And Newcastle, they're on form. They've got good fixtures. You could do worse. I got Milenkovic, Saliba, Hall, Robinson. Who should I bench? Hall? Should I bench Hall for Enzo? Yeah, I would. I would personally favour starting the attacking players where you can. Would you recommend triple captain on Splash? I'm guessing Splash is Salah. It depends, mate. It depends. I think Liverpool, if they get to the correct stages in the Cups, might have genuinely 3 double game weeks this season. So I'd probably hang on for a double game week personally. But using your triple captain, I can only recommend you do it if you've got a bigger chip strategy, I would say. Enzo to Gordon, Gunners go. Yeah. Yeah, I like that move. Why is no one talking about Kulu? He just doesn't massively excite me, but he's a good option. He has been benched at times, though, hasn't he? I think. Ange loves the guy, to be fair. Ange loves Kulusevski. His minutes have been pretty good, to be fair. 0.36 XGI per 90. 9, it's not bad. He's not bad. I'd still have Gordon. I still have Gordon or a cheapie, I think. Just my opinion, though. I have to start one of João Pedro Munoz. Yeah, I'd probably say Munoz. João Pedro, Bruno. Don't think I need Timber, so may as well downgrade. I don't understand. Don't think I need Timber. Yeah, I don't understand your thought process, Hypnotoad, I'm afraid. I don't understand it. Yeah, 4 consecutive clean sheets for Newcastle, but Tottenham. I think Tottenham's still either the highest, they're either number 1 or number 2 highest scorers in the league so far. Palmer in for Gallagher. Yes, that is true. Could get Rodgers in and bench him for this game week. Not convinced on Sarr and Semenyo. What's your... I don't remember the context for doing that. I need a bit more context for that one, Jess, as to why you're bringing in a player and then benching them. You'll have to talk me through that one. João Pedro or Aina, who to bench? Ooh, I'd actually bench João Pedro, I think. And then don't watch the game. Because the single worst emotional position to be in FPL is waiting for a clean sheet to come in. That is just a horrible place to be, isn't it? Like watching the minutes fly by on a game and just begging for a clean sheet to happen. It's torturous. Okay, downgrading Odegaard so you can do João Pedro to Isak. Yes, I would probably bring Rodgers in if it was me. I think Rodgers is the best at that price point. And who would you, I guess the other question is, who would you have to play in order to bench Rodgers? Because you're using two transfers for this. So it needs to be a decent player that can take his place. And also I would look at your chip strategy as to when you plan to use your wild card again. Because if you use your wild card, you'll probably bring in Isak on it. But yeah, Isak versus Tottenham. It's scary not to have him, isn't it? I'll give you that. Thank you, Dreamers Canvas. I'm pretty happy with it, apart from Dibbling. But even then, it could be worse. Thoughts on Martinelli? I just don't think he's good enough. Been good enough this season in terms of goal scoring and assists for me. Virgil to Trent? No, I'd keep Virgil van Dijk, mate. I would. Hypnotoad, did you say Assman on purpose, or are you just shortening it? Mikalenko or João Pedro, who to bench? Or what do you guys think on that one? I'd probably bench Mikalenko, to be fair. I think at home Bournemouth probably score. Salah, Palmer, Enzo, Murphy will be the ones playing with Haaland, Wood in it. Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm not a big fan of Enzo Fernandez, but I'm assuming because you picked him in your team, you quite like him. And I think that's probably better than... I think Enzo and Isak is better than Odegaard and João Pedro. Yeah, go for it, Jess. I quite like that. Have you done your ID and FPL review yet as well? We'll do some team reviews in a second. Do any... I've forgotten to do the score predictions. Right, we'll do some score predictions. And then I'll take some members' FPL IDs. We'll do that, review people's teams, and then we'll do the quiz. So, score predictions then. I've gone for a Newcastle 4-1 win. I don't think that's too controversial. I've got Villa beating Leicester 2-0. I wouldn't be surprised, to be fair, if Leicester score in that game. And also, to be fair, I wonder how Villa play without Rodgers. Interesting. Anyway. Bournemouth-Everton. I've actually said it's going to be 0-0, but I would say it's either a 0-0 draw or Bournemouth win like 1-0, 2-0, something like that. Palace and Chelsea. I've actually gone for a 2-2 draw. I think Chelsea are in a little bit of a dip at the moment. Oh, crikey. I've got the Ipswich and Fulham score the wrong way around. Apologies, guys. Yeah, I think Chelsea, Palace probably draw. At Man City, I've gone 3-1 West Ham. Over West Ham. Brentford, I got them beating Southampton and potentially keeping a clean sheet, just with the form that Southampton are in. Some of these scores are the wrong way around. What have I done? I've done something here. It's either not saved my predictions or something's gone wrong here. Sorry, some of these predictions are wrong. Brighton, I don't think they win 3-2. I'd have Arsenal winning that 2-1, I think. Something like that. Fulham, Ipswich should be the other way around. I don't know what's happened with these score predictions. Forget about them. Fulham, Man United. Man United, Liverpool. I think that'll be a draw. I do. I've just got a feeling it'll be a draw. I think Man United somehow show up in that game. Ugarte will be back. Maynard will play in midfield. I think they show up. And then Forest, I've got them beating Wolves 2-1. But I think they've got a good chance for a clean sheet in that one. Hey, shoot me for that prediction, ladies and gents. If any members want their team looked at, feel free to stick your ID in the chat, and we can have a look at your team. And if you're new into the stream or been watching it for a little while and enjoying it, leave us a like rating. I'd appreciate that. I will just go on this screen a sec before we look at Forest triple is insane. Well, is it actually insane? That is the question. They're a good team. Sorry. Yeah, cheers. Sorry, Hypnotoad. It's just members. Yeah, we got people doing bits in the chat. All right, who we got? Freddie. Freddie's got 2.1 million in the bank. I would consider doing Ahmad to Gordon here. Yeah, I would consider doing Ahmad to Gordon, and then if you didn't want to play João Pedro, you can bench him, and then you've got 5 midfielders. Yeah, I like Ahmad to Gordon with his teammate. I would do Ahmad to Gordon. I hope I'm right about United too. I hope I'm right. No problem, Freddie. Laura's team, those are the only two, weren't there? I've not missed anyone. It was just Freddie and Laura. 653. Bruno Dos Tres. Hey, your team's called Bruno Dos Tres and you don't have Bruno in it. Oh, what a team. This is incredible. What a great team. I just don't think you need to do anything here. This is a great team. If I was on a wild card, I would genuinely pick something quite similar to this. I can imagine as a Jackson owner, you're wanting to get rid of him. But I would keep him. It's just members teams, guys. We're not doing it's just for members. That's one benefit you get as a member. You get team reviews in the live stream. So I'm afraid if you're not a member, I won't do your team just yet. That's why some messages are getting deleted. Yeah, great team, Laura. I don't think I'd do anything to this. You're just looking great. And Boomer against Southampton, I'm very jealous. And even like that Man City game, I wouldn't be too concerned. It's the Liverpool one, but then you got Rodgers, he's got Arsenal, to be fair, hasn't he? I probably would, Laura. It just depends if you want Timber in there long term. But then I wouldn't. Whoever I bought in for Timber, I wouldn't start them. So it doesn't feel right to use your only transfer on a player that you'd bench. Because I think whoever you bring in, you're going to want to start the players that you've got. I wouldn't change it. Not enough differential picks. Well, she's 200k overall, mate. I wouldn't worry too much. And I think Ishmael Assar and Mbumo, not many people have them anymore. I think they'll be fine. Let's go, Alex. I am 87k overall. I'll have to check. Ooh. Alex. There's a lot I'd want to do with this team, but not much you can with only the 1 free transfer. You've done Timber for Hall. Wow. Okay. We'll do that then. We'll do that. Let's get rid of him. What's going on? Remove. So I'm assuming you're doing that. And then Bruno, I'd probably play Bruno over João Pedro, but that feels painful. That's probably how I'd line up. I think you could do worse, to be fair, than this. Pickford in goal's nice. He's on 4 yellows, though, isn't he? So I'd be a little bit worried about that. Yeah, I'll probably stick to that. Dreamer's Canvas, mate. I'm not your competition, bro. Yeah, 82, 467. And I have used my triple captain, as you can see. I've still got 3 chips to go, though, I guess. But I wouldn't be all over competing with me. But if that's helping you play your game, then go for it, mate. Oh, Graham. Yes, of course, mate. Our honorary member. You probably forgot you were a member. Or you were gifted the membership, weren't you? I can't remember. I think you got gifted it from Paul last week. Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't mute myself for that one. Apologies. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. You're going to have to deal with it. That noise came from my nose, I promise. It was me blowing my nose, all right? I wasn't just leaning to fart, but if you think that was the case, then fine. It's the time of year for a cold, man. That's what happens. Okay, we're looking at Graham's team here. 12k overall. You got really unlucky. You got really unlucky with Rodgers, Bowen, and Gomez, didn't you? Have you done anything so far? For Game Week 21 onwards, I'd stick with Raya, mate. I wouldn't worry about it. It's not 10, actually, Joseph, because he's only played 18 games because the Liverpool-Everton one got postponed. So I still think Pickford is it's possible for him to get banned still because he's only played 18 games. Sorry, Everton have only played 18 games. Going to roll, so I have 2 free transfers. Mate, fair enough to you. I think you're going to take a small hit this week. I'd be surprised if you, no offence, I'd be surprised if you didn't get a red arrow. If Gordon goes absolutely massive, though, I think you'll be good. I admire your patience to roll here, mate. I think it's the right thing to do, but it takes some patience. Not at all, mate. I didn't do it to roast you. I was just helping you out. It's not my business, mate. I'm not here to be. Well, some people in the chat might disagree, but I'm not here to be right all the time because I'm never right. I'm not right all the time. Does anyone want to do a quiz? Does anyone want to do a quiz? Yet to take a hit this season. I've not taken a hit either, to be fair. I've not taken a hit. Sorry that you guys don't get to see my transfers live, but I think Wood's gone up already, hasn't he? He's 6.8, yeah, so it's worth it. I would have not been able to do the transfers I've done if I didn't make them early. Right. I've got some interesting questions this week. Similar sort of theme to what we usually ask. But let's go. Rakes from Colombia. Love to see it. Whereabouts in Colombia? So, since I sold the guy in Game Week 14, how many returns does Brian Mbumo have? Since Game Week 14 when I sold him. Bogota. Love it. Ooh, Strand Larson or Quanta? I'd start Quanta, I think. I guess the decision, and it's one, I'm not going to ask the chat because we've got a quiz question going on. But the question I would ask is, who do you fancy, in terms of percentage probability in your head, do you put a Strand Larson attack and return or a Quanta clean sheet? That's the question. Which is higher? I've never been to Colombia Rakes. With the nature of the full-time job that I do, I would struggle to go there at the moment, is what I would say. But I would like to. One day, maybe, I'll be able to finish that job pursue something like this full time and then be able to go. I've heard it can be quite dangerous though. He's got 4 returns. Unbelievable. 4 returns in the 5 game weeks since I've sold him. What can you do, eh? And he's got Southampton next. Quantz's minutes don't look good. Yeah, but Gomez and Konate are both injured. So I'd say for this specific week, his minutes do look good. Unless Konate's not back this week, is he? At least I don't think he is. Well done, everyone, by the way, that said 4. Here we go. Another silhouette. We like the silhouettes because no one can cheat. I've just broken my pen as well. Prioritize transfers if I have Cunha, Rogers, and Timber and need a -4 to field 11. I prioritise getting rid of Timber, I think. Cunha and Rogers are fine just to hold in my mind. Answers are rolling in. Morgan, yeah, it's a hard one. It is hard. Right. I'm going to leave it on for another 20 seconds. Anthony Martinez, I have no idea why you'd want to not start Ismail Assar this week. I would start him, almost definitely. This is a tough one, isn't it? Someone, though, unbelievably got it right. It's Harvey Barnes and Michael Thomas. I don't know how you did that, but he got it right. How could you guess that? That's incredible. So well done, Michael Thomas. Congrats. Look at him. Just the casual. Yes, mate. Got it right. Thumbs up. Huge. Another one, please. Bear with. I'm just sorting my bottle out that doesn't stand up properly. He has hair. He's always had hair, mate. Question number 3. I always ask this one. We are on Gameweek. God, we are on. Yeah, it was Gameweek 19. The game weeks have come so thick and fast. How many clean sheets? Oh, I asked this one quite a lot, but it's quite a good question to ask. How many clean sheets in total were kept in Gameweek 19? Roll or 3 game week punt on Timber for Guardiola and then add Konate or Enzo. Oh, God, there's a lot going on there. Oh, there's a lot going on there, mate. Sorry, I appreciate if you're from Colombia that English isn't quite your first language, but I'm struggling to make total sense of that. I get the Timber for Guardiola. If you're saying Timber for Guardiola, that means you're selling Guardiola to get Timber, which I don't think makes sense, which I think means you mean the other way around. It's totally cool, by the way, mate. My Spanish is terrible in comparison to your English. I do like the Enzo to Gordon transfer. That sounds good, and I don't mind Timber to Guardiola. I just think you may as well buy a cheap defender instead, because Guardiola might be great, but I think with Guardiola you're probably only going to get attacking returns in the main. And I do like João Pedro out for Watkins and Wood, for sure. I like all of the transfers you said there, to be fair. Right. The answer to the quiz question. We only had a few people put an answer in. Is that because you don't know? You're not interested? The answer is 5. Dreamers Canvas nailed it. Nottingham Forest, Man City, Liverpool, Ipswich, and someone else. Nottingham Forest, Man City, Liverpool, Ipswich. There was another one. Newcastle. That was it. And, yeah, Liverpool. Jota and Ahmad to Gordon and Dibbling or roll. I think Jota starts this week, so I would probably keep Jota and play him. That's what I'd do. There we go. Another question. Why are you apologising, Lucy? There's no need for apologies. Just an FPL quiz. Michael Thomas has gone Barnes again. It's not Harvey Barnes. It's not the same player that we showed before. Is Harvey Barnes your answer for everything, Michael? Is that how you've done it? You've been in quizzes before and just written Harvey Barnes is the answer. Most people, everyone would know who this player is. Definitely. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream so far, liking the quiz, leave us a like. Why does everyone look like Rogers? Everyone's got Rogers in their head, haven't they? Is he on the thumbnail for this stream? I think he might be. I couldn't work out who the good players to put on a thumbnail this week would be, so I think I put Rogers there with a yellow flag. Right, enough answers. Lucy's changed her mind. I'll be changing your mind. I'll accept only your first answer. It doesn't matter, they're both wrong. It's Guardiola. He's got that little lovely perm and perfect beard. It's Guardiola. Do you reckon that is a perm? Could be a perm, to be fair. I think it could be a perm. Is it Trent time? Could be. I wouldn't get too carried away by that return he got against West Ham, though. It was a big old deflection. As we've done 4 questions so far, what's everyone on out of 4? Sorry, Lucy. Can't get them all. Gringy is going to break his monitor. I know. Don't be doing that. You've unlocked a bad childhood memory of mine, actually. You've unlocked a really bad childhood memory of mine. I didn't break a monitor, but I broke something else. I'd forgotten about that memory as well. Thanks for that. Anyway, quite a lot of zeros, unfortunately. Must be quite a hard quiz. I start way too early. Well, need to get up earlier, bro. Okay. So, final question. I didn't break a TV. I broke, when I was little, did anyone else have a PlayStation, a PSP? I was playing Star Wars Battlefront on my PSP, and I was terrible at the game, but I held myself to a high standard when I played it. And I had a really frustrating game, and I punched the screen, and I broke it. That was my memory. And then the fear of telling my dad that I broke the Christmas present that he bought me was strong. So sorry about that. I think I ended up having to pay for it myself though, so it was a fair punishment. He made me pay for it, and I obviously had to wait for it to be fixed. So it was a fair punishment. So sorry, he has the FPL points record for points in a season. In that season, how many points did he score? I had some childhood savings, Dreamer Canvas. I had a little savings account with a bit of money in it, and I had to withdraw from that to pay for it, which I think is a very fair punishment. Also, no one's mentioned Luke Littler in the chat. He won last night, didn't he? Absolute legend. The answer. People putting 200 points. Gringy, why did you put 200? It's not 200. The answer is 303. And I've pulled up a tweet. Well, that was in 2018 to be fair. But yeah, 303 points. In the season 2017-18, he scored 303 points. So well done everyone that said Mo Salah. Big congrats. That was the quiz. That was the quiz. Let us know what you got. He is on course for 400. He is indeed. I'm just stretching my chest. Windass goal, mate. So I'm presuming it's his dad, Dean Windass, has scored probably the best goal that I've ever seen live in a game that stopped my club from getting to the Premier League. So, is that the one that he scored from inside his own half? He did absolutely destroy MVG, didn't he? One thing I would say about Luke Littler, though, is I hope that he keeps the same mentality and mindset when he turns 18 and he can go into nightclubs and he can drink and all that. Because I think when you're a young, very wealthy, famous lad and you are now legally allowed to go into nightclubs and drink, your life can take a different direction. And I just hope that that doesn't happen with him. He's got a very big 18th birthday coming up. And the decisions he makes following that will define his career, I think. Not that drinking and darts can't go together, but you know what I mean. I hope he stays professional and he keeps his... Because his mentality for a 17-year-old is just unbelievable. Like, even the thought of standing up on stage and talking to like thousands of people is mental. Yeah, he's had a drink or two, but like legally being able to go into nightclubs and stuff is a different ballgame. I'm pretty sure he was vaping when he was like 16, wasn't he? It's not like darts is the healthiest sport, but you know what I mean. It's not like you need to keep physically fit, but you just need to not get distracted, I think is what I'm trying to say. Good morning, Paul. How's it going, mate? Unfortunately, my friend, you have just missed the quiz. I'm very sorry to tell you that. Yes, we shall do team reviews. Give it 5. I need to regain my my mental clarity because looking at loads of people's teams is quite draining. So give me 5, and then we'll do 5 team reviews. How about that? I'm very well, thank you, mate. I'm looking forward to a nice weekend. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good. I think Wood did go up by 0.2, mate. I'm pretty sure he did. Wesley Franz, I hope you do too. Choose one defender to start. We put Ahmad in there. I would start Munoz, I think. Just got to nip outside and de-ice the wife's car. Unlucky, bro. I feel quite fortunate. I live in an apartment that's got a car park that's covered. So I never have to de-ice my car, which I'm quite grateful for. But, yeah. João Pedro over Murphy. No, I would start Murphy. I wouldn't worry about Newcastle triple up. They got Tottenham, mate. Tottenham is a team to target in my mind. Who would you bench? Semenyo, Sarr, Enzo, or João Pedro? It's a good question. João Pedro, probably. It's between João Pedro and Enzo for me. Newcastle midfield opinions. Probably Gordon's the only one I'd realistically say is a really good buy. Murphy's pretty good as well. But it'd just be Murphy and Gordon for me. Yeah, but if you were a Premier League footballer as good as him, you'd captain yourself every week, wouldn't you? 5.5 to 6. Well, you could have put that in the question, couldn't you? I would say it's Murphy is the only one, really. You can't pick anyone else. Even Joe Linton, you can't pick Joe Linton. Murphy's the only one for you, mate. Good to see you, Liam, mate. I'll be at the game today. Looking forward to it. Also, I need your opinion on something, chat. I need your opinion on something. So it's my stepdad's birthday on Friday, and I need to get him a present. And because it's just been Christmas, I've kind of forgotten about it. So I need to get him a present, but I can only realistically, with the time I have available today, buy it in a supermarket. So, yeah. What do you think I should get him? I can realistically only go into a shop. I could just get him some booze, couldn't I? I could get him some booze, I suppose. Scotch. Yeah, I think he's more of a vodka drinker. He likes a vodka Coke. What music does he like? That's a good one. I've got a big Asda near me. Asda Bedminster. That's an interesting place. That I could get him something from there. Get him a watch. I mean, I've got. I could get him. Yeah, I could get him some booze. Between Dibley and Mbumo, 1,000% I'd pick Mbumo, mate. He likes like indie rock music, I would say. I'll see what music is available actually. Slippers. He already has slippers, to be fair. CD and booze, job done. Yeah, true. We'll do that. We'll get him a nice CD and some booze. I don't like giving people vouchers though, because they only, gift cards an easy one, isn't it? You can only spend them in one place. If you go to Sainsbury's, you can access Argos. That is true. That is true. And there's a Sainsbury's right next to Ashton Gate as well. Oh, you're a genius. You're a genius, bro. That's the one. I'll look in Argos. We'll go to Argos after the Bristol City game. That's smart, man. Or woman, I don't know. Could be a. I'm guessing Cowie United is a bloke though. There's always tons of going on, mate. Asda Bedminster. I was in there yesterday. There's a lot going on in Asda Bedminster, let me assure you. Bro, why have you said hi 4 times? Good to see you, Kingdom Mackay. You don't need to say it 4 times, though. Get him a tomato. I'm sure he'd be chuffed with that. It's all right, mate. Yeah, we shall have a look in Asda on my way home from the gym. If I can't get anything there, we shall go in the Sainsbury's by Ashton Gate. Got a question. Cash Concert or Luca Dean? It pains me, but I'll probably go Luca Dean, even though he's the biggest troll in FPL history. Oh, sorry, it's not Ultra. It's not United. It's UHD. By the way, Cal, do you have any suggestions for what I could get him from Argos? The fact that they sell absolutely everything makes it difficult. What is Argos? I don't know. Argos is like a big. It's a shop, but it's a The idea of the shop is that it's effectively a big warehouse, and you walk into Argos and you look through a catalogue of stuff. Basically, it's a big catalogue, and you pick something out of the catalogue, and then someone goes into the warehouse and picks it out for you. It's a catalogue shop. That's the way to go. It's just got a massive catalogue. Get the dartboard. Not like IKEA, no, because IKEA is more like a shop front where you walk through. It is not always in stock, to be fair. That is true. Really dropped my phone then. So yeah, after the stream, I'm going to have a quick look through Argos and see what is available for him. I won't do that on stream. That would be rude. Yes, please like and subscribe. Thank you, Alexandru. If you're enjoying the stream, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave us a like rating. Ryan, definitely don't hit. Yeah, we'll do some team reviews in a second. FPL Boo Boo, good to see you, man. You're one of the first ever people to join my stream, if I remember rightly. I think I would start Milenkovic. I think I would. Picking up the new Argos catalogue, gee whiz, that was I don't know how often they came out, but whenever there was a new Argos catalogue, you pick up a new one. Can you imagine if they actually did a catalogue now, how much like paper wastage there'd be? Could you imagine how much paper was used on those Argos catalogues? There used to be like pallets full of them. And the Argos catalogue was like 700 pages. Probably more than that even. And everyone would have one. Every family I knew had an Argos catalogue. And they changed them like every quarter. So you'd get 4 of them a year. And it's like yellow pages as well. That was, yeah. I just about remember the yellow pages. Who would you replace Cunha with? I already have Isak and Wood. Honestly, mate, I think unless you can get to Haaland, the best, it could be Jackson as well. But you could also just go for a 3-5-2. I'd probably be inclined to keep Cunha as well. He's only missing one game, isn't he? One of the games is against us in the Cup, so he only misses one Premier League game. Cheers, Lukes. I have to start him because I've got Rodgers. Alex, good to see you, mate. Sorry, I was getting distracted by talking about warehouses and stuff. It's good to see you. Yeah, give us a like. See if we can get to 100 likes on the stream. Full forest there, the Argos forest. How's things with you, Alex? What's your team looking like? Any big decisions? Yeah, can you believe it, Harry? Can you believe how society has changed? And that was only like 20 years ago as well that people were doing that. I'm a little bit cold in my room, I'm not going to lie. Mateta, he's about to go nuclear. Inshallah. We'll see. We shall see. Mate, for this week's game, Enzo, Mbumo and Semenyo pick 2. Mbumo and Semenyo for me. Sorry, the chat's moving quite quickly, so if I miss messages, apologies. Arav, I would... I would say the second one. You don't need 2 goalkeepers, mate. Just have one goalkeeper that plays. Like it, Alex. And yeah, I thought I was on for a red arrow because the one worry I have is not having. God, God, I sound really cold at the moment, don't I? Not having any Arsenal or Liverpool defenders. That's my concern this week. Why Dibbling? Well, I could start Rodgers, but obviously he's suspended, and I don't want to. I don't want to sell him. So I'm starting Dibbling. That's what's happening. Guardiola or Strand Larson? God, I'd probably say Guardiola. No, Liverpool game's not off. KDB and Madison. I wouldn't do that. Good morning, Jake. -4 to make a move now instead of next week to provide bench cover. Nah, wouldn't worry about it. I would not make a -4 to do bench cover. That just doesn't feel right. That doesn't. Even if the Liverpool game was definitely off, I'm not sure I'd take a hit. I really wouldn't. Put the heating on, mate. I'm going to have to in a minute. Should I keep Diaz? For this week, I think Diaz plays, so I'll probably keep him. I wouldn't want him long term, but I'd probably keep him. You bought him for a reason, right? I don't mind Ollie Watkins, but at some point, Duran's going to come back in and eat into his minutes. Start Munoz, or we need to do team reviews, don't we? I'll do team reviews now. I'll do team reviews. After this message. Ready? I'll pick the 5 underneath. One, 2, 3. Michael Trust. We're finished after Trust, ladies and gents. No more IDs, please. No more IDs. No more IDs. No more. Harsh it. 649 5324. Well, Draft Hand is telling you to play 5 at the back, which is interesting. I actually don't hate it. I guess the question is, do you start Saliba or Enzo? Excuse me. That's the only decision you've got to make, really, is start Saliba or Enzo. But other than that, I think the team's fine. I genuinely don't think you need to make a transfer here, mate. In fact, I'm going to move on because I don't really have a whole lot to say. I think it's a decent team. The decision you have is to start Saliba or Enzo, really. That's it. And I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Mr. Rat Dog. Good old Rat Dog. 296 8405. 296 8405. Hopefully that's you. Already done Cunha to Wood. Nice, mate. Yeah. Good team. You don't really... If we're pretending that Cunha is Wood. What's going on? Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I would... Even though the expected points are vastly different, I would consider starting Munoz over Hall. But other than that, I really like it, mate. I also think is Botman back for Newcastle as well. So that's going to greatly improve them defensively, to be fair. Gunner's Girl. I remember you saying the dog is still asleep. Twice the rice. Good team. Good team. 5.5 million in the bank. Wow. With 5.5 million in the bank, I would really consider doing Enzo to Gordon, or bringing in Trent as well. But you've already got Quanta. I would probably do Enzo to Gordon as my move this week if it was me. Be interested to see what you've done. But it's a good team. Great team. I'd probably consider Enzo to Gordon. 50k overall as well. He's smashing it. Michael wants a steer on his shambles of a team. Control Alt Delict. What a name. By the way, we've got nearly 200 people in here at the moment. If you're enjoying the stream, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave me a like rating. That'd help my stream in the algorithm. 2 frees. Probably start Bruno. Not predicted to start. What are we talking about? He's not suspended anymore, is he? Oh no, is he? He is suspended, I guess. Look at that. I just spoke about having loads of people in my stream and I don't even know if Bruno is suspended. No, he's not. He's back. I thought he would be. Yeah, I'd start Bruno. Can you do Ahmad to Gordon? Or are you priced out? Oh, wow, he's too expensive. He's too expensive. Why has it done that? Why has it done that? Yeah, if you can't do Ahmad to Gordon, I would consider doing João Pedro to Chris Wood. Hopefully that helps. I think that's... Oh no, we got Trust to do as well. That was only 4, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Trust's team. This is a great team, mate. I wouldn't do anything. I just don't think you need to do anything. This is a great team. Yeah, I would thoroughly leave it. Just roll your transfer, bro. Good team. Of course, Alex. I feel honoured to be reviewing 4th in the world's FPL team. Incredible. What an honour. By the way, members are allowed to do this. That's what you get as being a member. It's really annoying that you can't do Ahmad to Gordon, isn't it? Ahmad to Gordon would be the great 5th overall, sorry. Ahmad to Gordon would be a quality move, wouldn't it? Pedro to Wood. Oh, what a lovely move. I love that. I did that too, mate. Good move. And then that allows you to probably... Are you still playing 4-4-2? Oh, sorry, 4... You're probably doing a 4-3-3. I think if I did that, I would bench Ahmad and then have Wood. I'll do it. I'll do it just so for clarity. So we get rid of Pedro. We remove him. We get in Chrissy Wood. Friggin' legend. He's in for Ahmad, and then you're doing 4-3-3. Yeah, Hall instead of Ahmad, I would agree. I'd probably line up like that, mate. If it were me, I'd probably line up like that, which I think is what you're doing. So it makes sense. We got 200 people in the stream at the moment. Thank you, everyone, for joining. If you're having a good time and feel like sticking around, please subscribe and leave a like rating on the stream as well. I'd appreciate that if you could do that. I'll go back to my team now. I think we're all set pretty much. I've had to make my transfers early, so we're not am I saying? We're not going to be doing any transfers live on stream, I'm afraid, because I've made them already. I did Timber to Lewis Hall and João Pedro to Wood. Appreciate that, Mike. It's quarters it. Little Dickie's quarters it number. It's just a bit cold in my room, so I did it up. But I appreciate that. I do love a quarter zip. It's one of my things. I love a quarter zip. I don't think Liverpool Man United get postponed, to be completely honest with you. I don't. I was just on Draft Hound, mate. I used to have an affiliate link that you could sign up with a discount, but I don't have that anymore, I'm afraid. But it's called Draft Hound. Thank you, Eva Khan. Benching help needed. Start Enzo or João Pedro. God, I'd probably start Enzo, mate. But I'm not massive on. I'm not massive on Enzo Fernandez anymore. Sorry if you're an Enzo owner. Thinking of starting Munoz over Ahmad in 4-3-3. Yeah, I don't mind that. Hall or Rico Lewis. If you think Rico Lewis is going to play, I would probably go for him over Hall, to be honest with you. But you know for sure that Lewis Hall's going to play, I think. Thoughts on Foden over Palmer? Nah, crazy. Wouldn't do that. I don't think there's any games likely for the chop, mate. I think they'll all go ahead, if you were asking me. Of course, Niels. Did you ask already? If you asked already and I ignored you, I do apologise. By the way, I'm reviewing Neil's team because he is a member. That's one of the benefits you get for being a member. If you want these kind of team reviews, feel free to send in a super chat or become a member and I'll do it. But for the time being, we'll just do members' teams. Yeah, this is a great team. The only decision is whether you start one of these defenders over João Pedro, I guess. You definitely don't need to make a transfer. Gee whiz, my pleasure, mate. You too. I hope you have a great game week as well. I don't think I'd do Anderson over Munoz. I don't think I'd do that. Plan to roll, yeah, Munoz or Pedro. I would probably play Munoz over Pedro, to be fair. I would. I'm being raided. Who's raiding me? Is it FPL Tom? FPL Tom, I thought so. What a legend. He's off to the Burnley Blackburn game, he told me yesterday. Anderson or Aina? Aina, definitely. Forest is so good defensively, man. You need to get on that Forest defense. Kulusevski, Castagna, Fabianski, or Enzo Robinson sells. I prefer the first one. Tom FC, love to see it. FPL Tom says hi. Thank you, FPL Tom. Did you guys enjoy a stream? What did you get up to? Bro, I did the same, Adam. I think I bought him at 4 point. No, I bought him at 4.4 actually. Been gone. I never sold him, bro. I've had Haaland this whole time. Reader, 61st in the world. Well, Reader, you've got, if that's how you pronounce it, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. In this chat, you've also got Alex, who is 5th in the world. What a chat. I think I would start Kirkes, mate. I really do. I think Bournemouth have got a good chance for clean sheet this week. I really do. And we'll look at the clean sheet odds a second. 36%. That's pretty good. I think I would. Niels, hey mate, you don't need to apologise. I feel whoever gambles on Isak for captain may be rewarded. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Can you really not captain Salah against Man United though? Can anyone actually bring themselves to do that? Seriously, can you bring yourself to do that? I personally can't. Just checking Twitter to see if we've got any leaks or team news. Right, let's have a look at Emma's profile for some lineup predictions. We'll do that together. There we go. I think, mate, the week where you might want to go against Salah is next week. Gameweek 21. Nottingham Forest. Away. That's a tough old fixture, that. I'd really consider a differential captain in Gameweek 21. I'm thinking of captaining Haaland next week. Treble, I'm guessing as a Man City fan and member, you live in Manchester. You too, Gunners Girl. What's the weather looking like? You're captaining Watkins. Wow. Huge. So, Wolves predicted team. Can anyone see that? As the Wolves predicted 11. Brighton predicted 11. Don't think there's anything huge in any of these yet. Newcastle predicted 11. Again, I don't think there's anything huge in that either. Man United and Liverpool. Man United predicted 11. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's going to be like that. It's going to be Bruno, Højlund, Ahmad, Ugarte, Mainu. That's the team, definitely. That's probably the best 11 we can field right now as well. Liverpool team. Gakpo, Diaz, Salah. Interesting. McAllister, Szoboszlai. Yeah, makes sense. Chelsea team. Sanchez, Tosin, Colwill, Cuckoo, Lavia Caicedo, Neto, Palmer, Enzo, Sancho. Yeah. Another Liverpool prediction. Gakpo, Diaz, Salah as the front three. Ugarte is not suspended anymore. Watkins, Ramsey, Bailey, McGinn, Tielemans, Kamara. Yeah. Ramsey's going to play in place of Rodgers, isn't he? Arsenal team. Yeah, Partey at right back with no Timber. I'd agree. Oh, here's the fan predictions. Zoom in one more. Two more. There we go. Madison's predicted to start. He's actually predicted to get a start. Unbelievable. This is just Twitter, mate. This is an account. Jump the Wave. She does lineup predictions, essentially. She gets lots of fans to predict the lineup. And then we get a percentage that they're predicted to start from the fans, basically. Quite a good method. Man City looks like Rico Lewis is likely to play. Foden's on 82. Couple people predicting him not to start. I think he will. Savio, Haaland, Bernardo, Foden. Yeah, fair enough. Liverpool. I think everyone knows what that Liverpool team's going to be. Chelsea. Should go back to normal. I think Sanchez will start. Brighton's a bit of a cluster, but it looks pretty settled. Yeah, I agree, Alex. I agree. Arsenal. 50-50 between Marino and Trossard by the looks of it. And Havertz, all a bit of a mess there. It looks like Jesus will start though. I think that's everything. That's the last week's games. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Am I mad to be benching? Yes, I would not bench Jackson. I don't think I'd bench Jackson. Gotta say. Forest might bottle Liverpool again. Yeah, I mean, Forest are great. Yeah, keep hitting the like button, guys. I'd love 100 likes. It'd be wonderful if you could get there. Nearly 200 people watching. I reckon we could do it. I reckon we could do it. Start one between Sarr, suspended Rogers, suspended Timber or Greaves. That's pretty easy, isn't it? Sarr, mate. I wouldn't do Sarr to Mbumo for a hit. I'd start Sarr and your bench, unlucky man. Unlucky. I think you've just got to trust Rogers every game. The Hall benching, though, against Man United, I can see it, so I wouldn't worry. You just got unlucky. Darren, it's impossible to answer that question without knowing the context behind it, really. Tempted to captain Cold Palmer due to the weather. Not sure I would do that, but I get that. I get why. It's a perfectly decent reason. Should I do a free hit, mate? I don't know. It entirely depends on your team. Is Robinson in the predicted lineup? Yeah, he'll start, mate. I'm not even looking at that. Salah, Mbumo, Palmer, Diaz, Wood, Isaac, Jesus. Sounds good. Greaves, bullet header. We'll see. He's in the team now, isn't he, to be fair? He is in the team. Should I keep benching Rogers or should I bring in Murphy? It depends. Robinson play front. What does that mean? So long as half of my points aren't on my bench, I'll be happy. Interesting. I wouldn't buy either Diaz or Gakpo, mate. I'd probably buy Diaz, but I just don't think the minutes are secure enough for those Liverpool players. I'd only pick Salah. Would you start Colwill over Ahmad? Colwill and Ahmad is quite close. I'd probably start Ahmad over Colwill. Colwill's realistically only going to get a clean sheet. So it depends. In your mind, come up with a percentage. Who, in a percentage sense, in your brain, which is more likely? Colwill to keep a clean sheet or Ahmad to get an attack in return? And then pick that way. Soon, Paul. Soon. I'll play my wild card at some point. But then again, I've been okay with only Salah so far. Do you think it's worth downgrading Saliba to Milenkovic or Hall to fit Gordon in? Yeah, it depends who you're buying Gordon for, though. If you could afford Timber to Trent, I think you could do worse. I think Timber to Trent is good. If you were to wildcard, who would your... Well, Jake B. If you check my most recent video, I've made 2 wildcard drafts. Check that out. That'll answer your question. See, Fantasy FC, you're saying the Arsenal defence is overrated. But I don't think they are. I don't think they are at all. So the last XGC, so look at this. In their last, 3 of their last 4 games, they've got less than 0.3 expected goals conceded. 0.09, 0.16, 0.29. I don't think they're overrated. I think they're actually being underrated at the moment. But the fixtures coming up are not amazing for clean sheets. Like Brighton, Spurs, Villa, Wolves maybe, then Man City. They're not amazing. They're not amazing. Excuse me. Oh, big yawn. Big yawn. Clearly I need another coffee. Thanks, boss. Gonna do Timber to TAA. Fair enough. Thank you for liking, Jake. Would you start Hall over any of my current starting defenders? I am, Alexandru. I was up early to do this. I actually don't know. I don't know. What do people think of Nathan's question? I'd start Sarr over Dibbling if it was me. Too late to sell Haaland. I think he's a lovely differential. Holly, well done. I sorted my team out the other day because I was running out of money. People went up in price, so I had to do it early. Good to see you again. Thanks for coming back. I remember you from last week. Is it weird that forgive me, it's just the way I do things. I tend to recognize people by their profile pictures on YouTube rather than their names. Don't know why. I do the same on Twitter as well. FPL Tom in the chat. Huge, mate. I hope you're doing well. What a massive game for you to attend today. Villa's Champions League position, saving Emery's job. I'm not sure, mate. I think Villa are where they kind of belong, to be honest. That is a bold statement, that. What's their place at the table? Hang on. Bigger, mate. Bit nervous. Which end are you in? I don't know who the home team is, for example. Yeah, Villa are ninth. 3 points off. I think Villa are doing just fine, mate. They're 3 points off Europe. I wouldn't worry. I think Villa are doing just fine. Blackburn home end, huge. Did Cunha to Jesus? Would you take -4 to replace Matoma or play him? He's got Arsenal, hasn't he? I think I'd play him. Who else could you play instead of Matoma? I must say, I should know the answer to this as an FPL content creator, but I don't know. Will Cunha's price be frozen because he's suspended now? I actually don't know. Shock. Gunners Girl defending the Gunners there. I consider playing Colwell, Liam, to be honest with you. Tom is a good friend of mine. I will agree that he's a good creator, as my mate Tom. But he does support Mansfield, though. That is unfortunate. Should I go for a wild card, or it's too early? It all depends on your teammate, to be honest. I know this is a cop out answer to your question, but it really does all depend on your team. Like, yeah, it does just depend on your team. It's not too early if your team is, if you think your team's crap, but you need to think about double game weeks coming up, potential chips you want to use, all of that stuff. That should be factored in, mate. So it's not too early if your team is in a position where you can do it. And the beauty of a wild card in FPL now is you can continue to roll your transfers. If that makes sense, you keep the transfers you had before. So we've got, ladies and gentlemen, we've got actual Cole Palmer in the chat right now, and he is asking if he should captain Isak. Who should Cole Palmer put the captaincy on? That is the question. If you were Cole Palmer, who would you captain? On the ball, City. Is that a City chant, is it? I must say, apologies if I've not heard that one. But we got Derby today. Quite a, that's a Norwich chant, I see. We got Derby today, and I don't know what to make of it. Kind of game we usually lose, to be fair. Nat Woodley, good to see you. If you were Cole Palmer, I would captain myself too, mate. Battle of the mid. Do one, Tom. You're just battle of the financial fair play, you are. Especially Burnley. Oh, Liam, mate. I keep saying this. I think there's two problems that exist in that Bristol City squad at the moment. Number one is that the goalkeeper and some of the defenders are too soft and not vocal enough. So I like Zach Viner, but I think he's too soft. And Max O'Leary is not vocal enough. And also, I don't think we have enough age in the squad. Like, there's something to be said for young players that have played a lot of games, and we got quite a few of those. But like 30-plus-year-olds with a lot of life experience, there's a lot to be said for that, and we just don't have enough of that in our squad. That's where I think our gaps are. And I think that will stop us ever going to getting promoted. Is that actually true, Rakes? Interesting. Who was that question to, Harry's on? We got two Toms in the chat now. It gets confusing. I will be going today, mate. Assuming it is a 3 p.m. kickoff. If it's not a 3 p.m. kickoff, I'm in trouble. I'm pretty sure it is 3 p.m. Yeah, it is. Bloody hell, this guy's in Goa. What G? I would start Hall and Sarr, I think, mate. But it's a real toss-up between Hall and João Pedro, I would say. I knew Bristol City. It could be a fixture next season, mate. The last time they played, Bristol City won. That's what I'm saying. Norwich v QPR, that is unbelievably championship. Oh yeah, you're from Sheffield, aren't you? I remember that. I was swimming in Sheffield a couple months ago. Old Ponds Forge, living it up. Repent Master, we've been saying that. We definitely need to do a crossover show. It's just not gone round to it. We definitely should do though. I hear someone told me that FPL Tom might be coming to Bristol to make a YouTube video. I don't know who told me that, but he might be coming, and could be a little duet going on. You never know. Yeah, we need to invite Cole Palmer on as well, don't we? How can I improve? You can't, Adam. Keep it. It's fine. House and Trent and Robinson is a lovely back three. And then Sells in goal. He's probably the best keeper right now, isn't he? Let's be honest. I love it. Wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change it. Adam, it's my pleasure, mate. Just checking Twitter. See if we've got any news. No news. I watched England's most boring team feat golden goal. That's the single biggest viral YouTube video title I've ever seen. You will get literally millions of people interested in watching that. I'm just going to take a screenshot of my team a sec, guys. I'm going to tweet it. Just going to tweet me team. Bear with. We can be together. Look. I'm going to wrap up the stream soon, Rakes, to be completely honest with you. So no, I think we'll do some... I'll just keep answering questions, and, well, you can ask me stuff that's not FPL related because we're in the final 15 minutes of the stream. You too, Tom, mate. You too. What rank am I? Let's just get it correct. 82 or 87? 82. 82k overall. We need a globe. Hashtag FPL. Save my one transfer and keep Cunha on the bench or take him out for Wood. Yeah, I guess I would take him out. Bench one of Trent, Saliba, Robinson, Hall, Konsa. I'd probably bench... Oh, good God. That's tough. That's tough. Why do you need to bench one of them? I'd probably bench... My gut says Konsa. My gut says Konsa. I did Liam. I'm not sure how to feel about it. His minutes will need to be managed if he goes, though. I think it's probably a good idea. But Portsmouth really need him. So he should start every game for them, which I would be a little bit worried about because he's so injury prone. But you can't... I think it's the right decision, isn't it, to be honest? Just hopefully we can recall him if we need him. Yeah, OR is fine. OR stands for overall rank, mate. By the way, check out my latest video on the old... someone edited my eyes on the thumbnail. Look at that. Anyway, that's my latest video on my new channel. Holly, I'm rolling, but my bench is a huge problem. Still got Sanchez, Cunha, and Rodgers. There you go. Start Jacob Murphy or Sarr. Ooh, gut says Jacob Murphy. Sarr or Semenyo? Sarr. Ooh, yeah, I'll go Sarr. That Paul, that was on X. Yes, that was. I thought you were leaving me a kiss, but you weren't. I could start all 5 defenders and play a 5-3-2. I would be benching Alanga for Hall. Okay, yeah, I'd play Alanga. Should I start Sarr against Chelsea or Kirkes? I'd probably start Sarr. My pleasure, Holly. Hopefully I can help. Thanks for joining the stream again. Henderson's fixtures look awesome. Yeah, I know, mate. Sally, I've no idea what that says. Should I put it in Google Translate? I'm gonna translate it. I'm afraid I cannot read Arabic. Translate that. Translate that for me. Good morning to you. It's just good morning. I will try and remember that. Yeah, I can't read Arabic though, so I'm not going to be able to remember that. But good morning to you too. I hope you're well. What's happening with you? Go away. Which group of transfers do you like most? Do Greaves to TAA or keep Sarr or Sarr to Mbumo? Notion vids, I'm not massive on either, but I probably do the first one. Do you think Trent is too expensive? Nah. Oh, there's the translation. Good morning, Golden. Good morning to you too. I hope you're well. I also forgot that Arabic reads from right to left, doesn't it? Enzo or Hall? I think it's really close. I think it's really close. Watkins, Isak, Raul, is it good? Yeah, don't mind it at all. Certainly for the next couple of weeks, I think you'll be fine. I would start Kirkes. I'd favour the home team, mate. And I think Everton are a worse attack than Bournemouth. So I think Bournemouth have better clean sheet odds, basically. Play Anderson or Hall, already have Robinson. I would probably play Hall. I'd probably play Hall. But yeah, I hope everyone's well this Saturday morning. Let us know in the chat what your weekend plans are. I'm happy to help you with FPL, but it's nice to chat about other things as well. I'm off to the gym after this. I'm gonna do back. What else? What else I do? I hit a squat PR yesterday, which I was pretty pleased with. I did 135 kilograms, which I was pretty pleased with. I'm not a big squatter. Unfortunately, I have my what am I trying to say? My anatomy is not the best for squats. But I did 135 yesterday. I was quite pleased. I did have a belt though, but I'll take that. What do you think about electric cars? So I tell you what, my dad got a hire car once that was a Nissan Leaf, and it was one of the fastest accelerating things from 0 to 20 miles an hour that I've ever been in. It was insane. I love cars, mate. I love petrol engine cars, I'm afraid. I'm not a massive fan of electric cars myself. From a emotional perspective, I don't like them that much. I love cars, but I like engines as opposed to electric ones. The thing that bothers me about electric cars is if you don't buy one under warranty, you're in trouble, right? Because they can't fix them. You can only replace stuff. Like if something breaks, you change the motor or the battery, right? And I imagine, Shane, mine and yours taste in cars is probably different. If you own a Nissan Leaf, I imagine you're looking for different things from a car than I am. Trust, definitely not. Definitely not, mate. Uh, no, I can't. I don't actually know who was first out of me in FPL, Tom, but I've always been called Golden Goal. I actually started this channel as a podcast with a friend of mine, and we called it Golden Goal. So there was never any intention to call this FPL, Tom. Rakes, you go back to sleep, my friend. Yeah, the charging up, and I don't live anywhere where I could charge my electric vehicle either. I didn't realise the insurance was expensive. I've not made a video yet, Holly. I probably should, but there were lots of other creators that did. So I just figured people could watch them. As Go into the Autosport International. Huge. They are fully on diesel themes. I'll tell you what, I have never thought that diesel cars were good for the environment, though. When you follow one and it blasts out black, sooty smoke, you cannot possibly tell me that was better for the environment than a petrol car, right? Would love a GG one. We'll get on it at some point. When I use mine, I'll do it. I would say, I imagine FPL Harry and Let's Talk FPL have all done one. I appreciate that, though, Holly. I think if electric cars really do take over, I think the way that people buy and use cars will completely transform, though. As in, you will literally just rent it from the electric car company and just, like you say, pay for the basic maintenance. Which, yeah, fine. I like to own a car, though, personally. I like for it to be my asset, even though they're not an asset, you know what I mean? Should I sell Foden to Gordon? No, I don't think you should. Indeed, Jimmy Plix. I also I question where a lot of the minerals for the batteries come from as well. I'm not going to get into a conspiracy about it, but somewhere down the line, someone is getting poor working conditions to produce them, I think. But I think that's probably the case with most products, really, isn't it? Like computer chips, all the precious metals and stuff that are required for them don't come from the most moral places, I suppose. I won't get into too much about that because I might get cancelled on YouTube. Good morning, Lloyd. I hope you're well. Went to Hong Kong last year and 70%. Wow. Yeah, they got lots of car brands, haven't they? I'm not going to repeat that. Oh, Dakshin, I appreciate that, mate. I'm glad you found them helpful. It's a nice little business venture I'm looking to start. I think the idea of being a YouTube coach is pretty cool, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes. I'd say they're about the same crown, to be completely honest with you. I hope so, Lloyd. I think we're due one. We're definitely due a Haaland haul. I think we deserve it. Good morning, Jocks. I would do that, yeah. Ahmad to Gordon sounds good. Considering Raul or Isak, I would definitely pick Isak, but I would say Salah is overall best captain. Haaland for the win. Yeah, hope so. Should I start Ahmad, Lewis Hall, or João Pedro? Lewis Hall. Would you buy? I'd buy Castagna. I don't think so, Lloyd. Yeah, you're bro. India, the roads in India are mad. What's like the charging infrastructure like for electric cars? How do you? Are there many places to charge one? Play 2, bench 1. I'd play Hall and Gabriel, I think. Ahmad to Gordon or Diaz? I'd say Gordon. I'd say Gordon. Yeah, solar panels. It's big at the back. I don't think so. I still think 3-4-3, 3-5-2 is the way to go. I was at one point looking to replace my car, to be fair. I'm still unsure, though. I'm still unsure what I want to get. I can look at your team, Ben. You have to send me your ID. I forgot what your team name is, I'm afraid. I'm looking at a... I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm looking at. By the way, don't for 1 minute get the sense that I have loads of money or anything if I'm looking at a BMW. I don't. I just really like cars. I like spending my money on cars. I want to get an M240i, which is a rear-wheel drive BMW coupe with a 3-litre, 382 horsepower, and a manual gearbox. That's what I want to get. Anyway. Of course, Ben. Why can't I find your team? Ben, I can't find your team. You keep putting it all one word, but it's not. I remember that. It's not all one word. So you've got 2 free transfers. Sorry, we're just doing members' teams, by the way. If you're not a member, I'm not going to be able to look at your team. I just don't see a clear and obvious way to use 2 free transfers here. Here's one. João Pedro to Chris Wood, Bruno Fernandes to Gordon. I think you can do that. That's my gut feel. That's my gut feel. My gut feel is Bruno Fernandes to Gordon. João Pedro to Chris Wood. You have to tell me your ID for that, Ben, I think. 142546. Interesting, Paul. I'm not sure why. But if you're interested in joining as a member, I really appreciate that. I don't really know how to fix that for you, I'm afraid. I wish I did, but I don't. Oh, you don't have Isaac, do you, either? Yeah, that is a thing. It is saying to get Isaac in at all costs. It's fair enough. I probably agree with that. I'm not a massive fan of hockey, I'm afraid. Those are your FPL review suggestions, mate. Isaac is a bit of a must, to be fair. He's got a harrowing picture on FPL review. Right, I'll be on for another bin live for 2 hours. I'm gonna change this screen. I've still got my blinds closed, look. That's how long I've been live for. Ask me anything at this point. We can do FPL questions or ask me anything. I'm gonna turn off the stream in a sec. In fact, I'm just gonna open my blinds. It's a cloudy but dry day in Bristol today. My favourite chest exercise. Well, unfortunately, I busted my rotator cuff last year. So I do cable chest flies now, which is the most comfortable exercise for my chest. But I did love bench press. I absolutely spammed bench press last year and did my rotator cuff as a result. No snow here in Bristol, Paul, I'm afraid. No snow. It is very cold, though. It is 1 degree today, which is cold. It's cold. Hoyson or Pedro? Probably Howson. I keep saying Hoyson, it's Howson. Best captain, Salah, mate. It's Salah or Isaac for me. Salah or Isaac are the two. I'd probably go Salah. -2 in Birmingham. That's cold. I thought my glasses were broken then. I think that's just a bit of colour. Would you go no Trent? IPL Oliver? If you check out my channel, I've got 2 wildcard drafts on a video. 2 wildcard drafts, 1 video. Check it out. Salah till Ramadan. When is Ramadan? Actually, that's a good question. Play Saliba or Robinson? Yeah, I'd probably say Robinson. Enzo or Hall? Probably say Enzo. I've probably answered that question differently for lots of people. Dan, good to see you. Oh, Jimmy Plix. I love that, mate. Thank you very much. I'm trying to see what car that is. Is that a Porsche? Is that a 911 or a Cayman? I can't tell. You're a legend, mate. Thank you very much. Have to tell me what car that is. I think it's a Porsche. I recognise the lights as a Porsche. I would say, Sarr or Iwobi. That is tough. This week alone, I'd say Iwobi, but long term, I think I'd just prefer Sarr. Ramadan is 28th of Feb to 30th of March. Interesting. I don't think that affects Salah, though. I think he's pretty good with Ramadan usually in terms of his performances. And to be fair, that time of year is quite short days, isn't it? So yeah. You don't even know which model it is. Fair enough. I don't know either. It's too small. It looks like a 911 because I think it's got the It's got the wing that goes up and down. It could be a 911 Turbo, would be my guess. It's not a Cayman, because I don't think a Cayman has a spoiler that does that. That's how much of a nerd I am about cars. Yeah, I think it's a 911. I really do want to. I would love to have a Porsche one day. Trying to get into cars. Love that, mate. I love my cars. I can talk about cars all day. But I'll probably bore people by talking about cars. What Audi and BMW do you have, mate? Jacob Murphy is out. He's not out. I'd play Jacob Murphy, mate. Especially against Tottenham. Audi A4, BMW X1. Huge. Yeah, of course, Alex, we will. I'm going to finish at 9:45, so we've got 8 minutes left, but I will check your team. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? 3. I don't have a... I think there might be a Discord server link in the the chat, but I don't really use it, to be honest, mate. Ooh, Alex. I would do... Interesting team. Oh, God, I've just noticed the close-up. I'm getting a replay of me closing in on the screen looking at your profile picture, and it's cringeworthy. I'm like that. God, this is so tough, Alex. I'm not sure what I do here. My gut feel, and it feels all kinds of wrong, but my gut feel is to sell Bruno Fernandes for Gordon. I can't believe I just said that. Looks like your nan trying to FaceTime someone. Yeah. Yeah, no comment. I really don't know what to do with this team. I have no idea, mate. I have no idea. I'd probably start Bruno Fernandes over Greaves. Maybe you just roll. At least, yeah, man. I've got a cold, though. I've had a cold for the last week. That's why my nose keeps getting red. This is Draft Hound. We'll go in. We'll look at FPL review. If unsure, indeed you do roll. That is a good adage to it was bad last week. Cheers, bro. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I'm not going to stop because I got a red nose, though, bro. We carry on. I also, for some reason, get a really red nose when it's cold outside. Jimmy Plix, I most certainly can check out your team. We'll just do Lalex's first and then have a look. I'm not sure I would make a transfer, Alex. I'll be honest with you. Looking at these suggestions here, I'm not sure I'd bother. I think your team's fine. Yeah, I don't like any of their moves. I would roll, mate. I would roll. What's your ID, Jimmy Plix? You need to send me your FPL ID if you want me to look at your team. What do you take me for, Harry? I definitely do not dabble in the substances that you are implying there. I don't do that. It's not for me. But hey, it takes one to know one. It takes one to know one. Oh, Rudolph. Of course you did. Oh, Lee, of course. Yeah, we'll do Lee's while we're waiting for Jimmy Plix's ID to come in. soon I'm only going to be able to do members teams because we're getting so many. I'm very grateful. Yeah, it's a great team. You really don't need to do anything with this. The only question is, do you start Sarr or Semenyo? And do you upgrade Colwill to Gabriel? Splash down on Trent, like it. I would do that too. It's Sarr or Semenyo is your only decision, I guess. My gut feel actually says Sarr, because I think Everton are better defensively than Chelsea. I can't believe I just said that. I can't believe I just said that, but I think it's true. Is my messages coming through? No, they're not. I'm not seeing them, bro. That's what I see. Good goalkeeper, I'd go Sanchez. Probably not. I'd say Sells, Henderson, Raya, Pickford, Onana. I don't know the ID. Are you copying and pasting it? It might help to type it in manually, Jimmy Plix. It's all right, mate. We'll wait for you. I'm going to go onto the main screen, though, if that's all right. We were doing general questions, so yeah, if anyone's got any general stuff they want to ask, go for it. Thoughts on Gibbs White? Not bad. I think you can do better, but he's not bad. He's not bad. Sorry, I was just checking something on my phone then. Brentford and Wolves are clean sheet spoilers. I don't know. I don't know about Wolves without Cunha. I don't know, Jimmy Plix. Just type it in manually, mate. Put some spaces between it. Write the numbers manually. I'm not going to be able to do it otherwise. I can't, unfortunately, I can't just guess it. But yeah, maybe. Is it Jimmy Plix? Should you have a look? There you go. Perfect. I can do that, mate. I saw the 1663951. Is that you? Does that look like you? Hang on, you can't see it. Does that look like you, my brother? That is you. Wow, good team. Good team. It's telling you to bench Jackson, which I don't think I would do. I would do that. You don't need to do anything with this team though, mate. This is fine. I would just roll. I would just do that and roll. Genuinely. I consider Munoz over Enzo Juntal. Yeah. I think I'd roll and just do that, mate. No need to make a transfer. I'd probably put Sarr on your bench. It's a good team. I agree. Right. Oh, for the next 5 minutes, I'll just be here to chat. We'll end things in a minute. I need to go to the gym and football and have lunch and do lots of things today. It's going to be a busy one. I actually need to go to Asda as well to get my stepdad his present. Play Johnson or João Pedro? I don't think Johnson plays. So I go João Pedro. Glute session. It's not a glute session. We're doing a pull session. So pulling, not a swimming pool. Pull. Pull down, pull back, row, pull up. All those pulls. Bench 1, Gabriel, Aina or Robinson. Christ. I wouldn't bench any of them. You don't need to bench one of them. Who is the other defender in your team? We love a weighted pull-up. I agree. I've never done a 1 rep max. I'm going to try that today, actually. I think I've probably got 40 in me. 40 kilo weighted pull-up. I'd start all 4, aka, I reckon. And that sounds mental, but I probably would. I'd start all 4. I would do Zabarnyi over Hall, actually. But you don't have Zabarnyi. Unless you brought him in. Pedro to Timber. That doesn't make sense. Sorry. Could bench Elanga. I probably would. Genuinely probably would. I might give it a go, Lloyd, and report back. I think I would bench. None of them again. You're in a place where you should probably start a back 4. Right. I'm going to end the stream there if that's okay. Been live for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Should we find someone to go and raid? Let's find someone to go and raid. Let's find someone to go and raid. Good luck to Bristol. Thank you, my friend. Bristol City, though. I start back 5, mate. Genuinely. What am I looking for? FPL deadline. Stream. Let's go to FPL MV. Let's go and join in. There we go. He's got a few members, look. Excellent. What a legend. What a legend. Whoa, he's got this guy. Went crazy. 5 gifted membership, eh? Right, I just had to mute him because he was talking at the same time as me. Anyway. Bye, gorgeous. Cheers, mate. Go and join MV's stream. Tell him I sent you. Put it in the chat, I sent you. And I'll catch you later. And we'll go into this stream. So I will have a video out tonight. I will have a video out. Well, I'll go live tomorrow morning for a little reaction stream. I'll go live tomorrow evening for another little reaction stream. And then I'll have a video out tomorrow as well. So 2 streams and a video coming tomorrow and a video coming this evening. So lots of FPL content coming your way. My hand's got quite veiny, hasn't it? Look at that. Pure veins. Right. See you later.